So I had to ask myself, is it worth it to go halfway across the world to a reef that might be bleached and has no fish and no creatures? Well, the answer is no. I don't want to go to a bleached reef halfway across the world. So when I started to endeavor after whether or not we should go to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, I was combing the internet trying to find the answers. And fortunately for us, we found a post that said that McKay Coral Cay was the spot to go to. Fully alive, beautiful coral, all different colors, creatures, fish alike. And my wife and I said, let's do this. Now you might not know this, but the Great Barrier Reef is absolutely massive. It goes for miles and miles and miles. And it's not exactly something that you can pull up along the shoreline, dive in, and go find it. Well, maybe there's a couple spots that I don't know about. But we thought it'd be wise to go with a service that would take us out to McKay Coral Cay. We took Sailaway Port Douglas. They were incredible, big giant catamaran. The food was amazing, but what really got my attention was when we were in the water, they were in the water too. They had more than one person that was just floating, watching everybody to make sure everybody was safe. That's what you want when you go out snorkeling in the middle of the ocean. Not only did we get to go to McKay Coral Cay, but they took us to a sand island, and it was amazing. Looking in every direction all the way around us, nothing but ocean. Of course, you could see some of the land that surrounded it, but we were out in the middle, and it was absolutely gorgeous. You can see here, I'm running down the beach after I put I love you in the sand for my lovely wife, and she likes when I do fun things like that. One thing about the Great Barrier Reef is when it comes to biodiversity, it does not disappoint. At the Great Barrier Reef, whether you're a snorkeler or a diver, there is this term, and it is called the Great Eight. And there are 8 things that are iconic marine animals when you're there, one of which is the giant clam. We had never seen them before. We snorkeled Belize, we've snorkeled the Hawaiian Islands, we've snorkeled Jamaica, never saw one. And they're humongous clams, and when you get up close to them, they have these fluorescent dots around the rim of it. And they'll actually close if they feel threatened, as I understand it. I've never seen one close. But one of them that we got up, I call it the pot of gold, because in it had a siphon, like an octopus, opening, closing, but when you looked inside it, there was what looked like a little pile of gold inside. It was so cool. Now, whenever I travel with Smiley and we snorkel, Smiley is my wife's nickname for YouTube, that is. She does something different than I when I snorkel. I'm going all over the place trying to find something new, where she'll hover over a spot, look down, and just sit there. And then she'll see stuff I'll never see, I'll pass it up. And in this particular case, the thing that I'm so glad that I hovered for was a batfish that was spitting stuff out of its mouth. And it looked like it was trying to blow rings. Didn't really pull off the blow ring thing, but still very cool to see. One of the things I love to do after a snorkel, shooting the video, is ID the creatures and the fish that I got to see. And I got to run into this unique find. It is a bluefin damselfish. Very, very small, has a little bit of yellow, but its fins are fluorescent blue. So cool, it zips around like this. It doesn't swim like a normal fish. One of the things that you get treated with when you snorkel is every turn might result in some new creature or fish that you've never seen before. And I've seen pufferfish before, but I had never seen a giant pufferfish. It was my first time of seeing giant pufferfish at the Great Barrier Reef. This thing was wild because one thing, it let me stay right next to it the whole time I was filming it. And it had these eyes that were operating individually, not like mine. If I do it, I go. But it could do that with one eye. Twitch, 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 twitch. And he'd keep looking at me in all different directions. And he was this huge, huge puffer. I'd love to see him puff up like pufferfish do. But he was still the most amazing thing to catch on film. One of my favorite fishes is the butterfly fish, and there are over 70 different species of butterfly fish across the globe, and some only exist in part of certain oceans. And you have to go all over the world just to see them. I have seen quite a few, probably up to 40 different species of butterfly fishes all over the world. What was incredible about the Great Barrier Reef is there were many, many different kinds of butterfly fish. They travel in pairs. They tend to be more friendly. a parrotfish will dodge you and go taking off, where a butterfly fish will come check you out for a second before it turns around and then go back off with its pair. One of the greatest things you can see when you snorkel are sea turtles. And I've seen them many times and I never get sick of them. They're the most peaceful creatures. They do not bite you. They let you swim right next to them. And they're just majestic and calm and slow in the water. And we got the treat of a lifetime, the biggest green sea turtle of all time that we had ever seen. The shell had to be 3 feet across from tail to head. Absolutely huge, traveling with a smaller turtle. And I got to dive really deep down with the turtle and film it, but then also got to see the turtle come up for air all the way to the surface, followed it up, and then boom, there it was. What was wild is I was filming down and looking at this sea turtle, and all of a sudden I see this albino ray come in, Albino Stingray. And apparently they are very rare. This one had blue spots on it, so I thought it might be a variation of a ribbon tail ray, but those are more sandy color and dark, and they have the blue spots on their back. This one was completely albino. I don't know if we got the treat of a lifetime, but it is so cool. One of the coolest creatures I've ever seen. I've seen many rays, but never an albino ray.